Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Every single week that goes by, I always forget exactly how long 3 hours is. But yet another episode of Monday Night Raw is down in the books. And we're here to talk a little bit about it. Going ahead and give little seals of approval and stamps of denials on each little segment that happens. So, go ahead and get yourself strapped in, little locked in, set that beautiful like button. Blaze for me, subscribe, and join the Zebra Gang, gang. And let me know which parts you approve of and which parts you not so much approve of, you know? So we have August 2nd's episode to go over, and oh boy, did things happen? Some things were actually interesting, some things were not. Starting off was the good old because it's so goddamn long of a show. I have everything right here to go ahead and spring through everything with you. But we had a beginning of the show, long segment of Bobby Lashley and MVP coming out. Basically, to I guess kind of sort of address the whole Goldberg thing. And by the way, Chicago is a hilarious place for WWE to go to, especially nowadays. Simply like now that all fans are back. Because oh boy, did they make it very clear that we like CM Punk a lot. We like CM Punk a lot, and they definitely showed that here, as well as showing that they really would prefer Becky on the shows now. It's a lot of people that they really like. But anyways, Bobby Lashley MVP came out and basically was just like, no, fuck you, waste of time. To Goldberg, and then eventually Goldberg did make his way down, and Goldberg kind of just talked in circles in Bobby's face, while hugging a kid that we're supposed to believe is his son, that looks vastly different than what I remember from the last time. But anyways, it's basically a whole bunch of nothing in all reality. A whole bunch of nothing. They start talking shit to the son, and then Goldberg spears him. I mean, it's kind of a whatever type of ordeal, because Goldberg isn't exactly someone that I get excited about. So this gets the good old stamp of denial. It wasn't for me. And then also apparently WWE was putting in sounds again for the audience, because I believe they were saying we want Wyatt and all that type of stuff. Not a good look. But then we had I didn't even know that this was their names, but Veer and Shanky in a 2v1 handicap match against Drew McIntyre. This was kind of funny to me, not gonna lie. The match didn't really last that long, because Jinder came and interrupted. But before the match even started, Drew brought his fucking sword all the way to the ring. Why? I don't know. Why did he do that? I don't know. But he did. And then Jinder caused the disqualification, and Drew got back in the ring with the sword against all three of them, and made it out as if he was going to slice niggas' heads off. Obviously he didn't, but that's what it seemed like. And for some reason the crowd was very they seemed to want him to. That was okay. It was funny. So it gets a seal of approval in my book, if I'm being completely honest with you. It was good. It was okay. Next, we ended up having Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. Of course, we ended up having a little backstage segment with Drew saying the crowd is bloodthirsty. They really wanted me to cut them open. But we had Rhea versus Nia, which I felt that Rhea needed to fucking win. And yeah, that's what the end result ended up being. Rhea ended up winning, but Nia did not look like a piece of sack of shit compared to her. Nia was beating the shit out of her for a good portion of the match. But then shit changed. Distraction happened from Shayna Baszler. And I don't know what happened, but Nia's whole fucking face ended up being bloodied up. And of course, they're not going to show it here. But yeah, she ended up being bloodied during the match. And then it seemingly ended with Shayna and Nia breaking up. Not 100% sure what that's going on with that. But then Rhea came back in and, you know, attacked Nia and everything. So cool beans. I guess they're not showing it because it's blood, but because the correct person won, and because Nia continued the match even though she got kind of busted open somewhere. Seal of approval. Pretty cool, I guess. It didn't seem like the crowd necessarily cared that much though. Me, it was okay, but the crowd, next we had a rematch of T-Bar and Mace versus Mansoor and Mustafa Ali. Ali being in Chicago, hometown. They, of course, ate him up. But unfortunately, they lost. They lost. It was a very, 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 very short match. Like a very short match. They lost. And then T-Bar and Mace came back in to, I guess, beat the shit out of both of them. But Ali ended up throwing Mansoor out. So it seems like they're kind of trying to build them to truly become a team. So I guess that's kind of cool. Kind of sucks that they ended up losing. But if they actually end up being and staying a competent team, I can dig this. I can dig this a lot. So cool beans. I'm all with it. Seal of approval for me. But he pushes Mansoor out of the ring so that he's the only one that gets attacked, and yeah. Next we had Charlotte Flair just coming out talking shit as per usual. It was kind of a nothing thing to me, to be honest. She ended up getting angry at the Becky comments, the Becky chants again, which is hilarious to me. But she compared herself to Simone Biles and everything as being the best and yada yada yada. But then Nikki came in and hit her with a chair to, you know, say, hey, you're the one talking shit about this being a no holds barred match. Hey, I'm all for it. I hope Nikki does end up being like kind of a super villain. Well, not super villain, but like I don't know, like a more angry, kind of psychotic superhero, I guess. I don't know. I personally don't think the superhero thing is gonna be too much of a long lasting thing, personally, but we'll see, I guess. But this was kind of just a nothing thing that was going on. Next, we ended up having Dewdrop versus Tamina, another match that people did not give two shits about. It was fine to me, I guess, but Tamina ended up winning, and they confirmed that Natty is indeed injured. So I'm kind of interested in how long they're gonna leave the titles with Natty and Tamina if she's not gonna be there. But at the same time, I don't think that they really defend the women's tag team titles all that much anyways, nor does it seem like WWE cares that much about those titles specifically, now that they're not on Sasha and Bayley. So yeah, there's that. But Dewdrop ended up losing to Tamina, so cool beans, I guess. Not exactly something that I enjoyed that much. Can't wait for Dewdrop to turn on Eva Marie, though. Also, Alexa Bliss popped up on the screen. I guess seal of approval, since it wasn't exactly a nothing thing to me. Next, we had a little thing with Matt Riddle and fucking damn it, Damian Priest. For some reason his name just fucking left my head. Matt Riddle's funny and is the definition of a goddamn pothead. They were just talking nonsense, basically. And then Damian Priest went on to Miz TV. They ended up having a big argument and everything, which ended in Damian Priest versus the Moist Wanted, Johnny Drip Drip. And, of course, Damian ended up winning. So cool beans. But then, what ended up happening? Yeah, Sheamus ended up coming in and jumping them, where Ricochet came to help. And then, because of this, of course, it ended up being a whole schmoz of it being turned into a tag team match, which Damian Priest won again by pinning fucking John Morrison. So basically, this felt like they were just kind of trying to take something and stretch it out as much as possible, because it literally still it ended the exact same way. But seal of approval, simply because good old Ricochet was able to be back on the show again, and I love Ricochet. Next, we ended up having a big old thing saying, "Oh my God, Bobby Lashley's about to respond to Goldberg's response, Goldberg's actions and stuff." And I thought it was gonna be like a bigger deal than what it was. Then it came back from commercial, and he was just like, "I accept." So it was kind of a nothing thing too. So the two matches that we all kind of assumed, guessed, and knew were gonna happen at SummerSlam are happening. They tried to throw everybody for a loop, but at the end of the day, that's the match. They already know. So Bobby Lashley, Goldberg, and John Cena, Roman Reigns are the headlining things for SummerSlam. So cool beans. This is one of the matches that I actually kind of sort of missed, but I know how it ended. Matt Riddle versus Omos. Omos, of course, destroys. That's what he does. That's just what he does. I mean, it's a good showcase of what he can do without AJ. I don't remember seeing. I don't think AJ was here at all. So cool beans, good for Omos. Seal of approval in my opinion. Why does Matt Riddle look like that? That nigga looks like he is all the way gone. He looks paralyzed. What the fuck? Alrighty then. Moving on. Doudrop and Eva Marie ended up attacking Alexa Bliss. Cool beans, I guess. And the doll stands up. So I guess they're going in with that Chucky shit, because Chucky's on its way back. The match that ended up being very surprising to me was Keith Lee versus Karrion Kross, another rematch. And surprisingly, guess who won? Keith Lee. Whoop, whoop. And that was kind of cool. Kind of 50-50 booking so far, because, like, a lot on this show, not gonna lie. But, you know, at least Keith Lee got a win. Pretty interesting. But he ended up getting a good old spirit bomb off, which is like one of the coolest fucking names for for a finisher ever. Like, I love it. Seal of approval 100% for that. Next, we had another 24/7 title match, which I am very much liking. I want them to have the 24/7 title be like this. Instead of it being a thing where it has to be defended at all times, I think that it should be defended on every show. You know what I mean? So far what they've been doing, I think this is like their fourth time or whatever since he's gotten it, that Reginald got it. He's defended it like every single show in a, general match. Like, you can still make it a comedy type thing, but, keep it in the match itself. I think that'd be pretty cool. And then later on, you can then transform it into being a little bit more serious of a thing. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. But Reginald ended up going against Akira Tozawa. Of course, Reggie was doing all of his acrobatic flippy dippy bullshit. So cool beans, cool for him. I dig him a lot. My fiance likes him a lot too. But of course he ended up winning. He retains. So cool beans, cool beans. I'm digging them doing the 24/7 title like this. So seal of approval from Daddy Zebra. And then lastly, which is the thing that is most ingrained in my head right now, is the no holds barred match between Nikki and Charlotte. Now I have some things to say about this. This was just kind of stupid, if you ask me. Like not stupid because, like, you know, the match and everything. The match was fun. It was very one-sided though. Basically, this match was literally Charlotte beating the absolute dog shit out of Nikki Ash or Nikki Cross, whatever you want to call her, and like literally just beating the dog shit out of her and pinning her multiple times. She in this one match, she beat Nikki like 3-4 times. Like, she literally was getting the 3 count, but she would pull her up before the 3 count would hit. So like this was I don't think that if this is how you want to try and get people to like Nikki Cross as the champion, bad idea. Bad idea. No. Why are you doing this? This is weird. But Charlotte, like I said, beat the shit out of her through the table, pinning her with no fucking no hands. Like, and then all it took was getting Charlotte to run herself through a table, and then she draped twisted DDT, twisted neck breakered her, and that was it. Nikki won. It was so weird. I'm not a huge. I love Nikki, love her to death, but I don't like what they're doing with this thing. Like, if you're gonna have her be like this, at least have her actually put up a fight. Because, like, literally the entire fight, Charlotte was beating the shit out of her. Anything that Nikki tried to do, Charlotte kind of was just like, no. You know? Not a fan. But I'm glad that she's winning. Won, finally, I guess. But, no. This one gets the stamp of denial. I can't wholeheartedly say that this was necessarily a good idea, a good job at all. Like, not even one bit. No. But let me know what you guys thought down in the comment room where you guys reign supremo. The show overall was pretty easy to watch. A lot of rematches, very clear 50-50 booking. But I mean, it was okay. I can say that I at least didn't get bored and just completely leave while watching it. So that's it. That's all that I got for you. Let me know what you guys think down below. And yeah, because Daddy's the best on YouTube. Signing the fuck off. Have yourselves a nice rest of your day and a nice juicy chickadee goddamn cha, my friends. Oh boy. SmackDown is so much more fun to watch.